about the
RFQs. Yes. If you could try once more for my benefit to explain how it works, the contribution by either one of you, what fund it goes into, and then how purchases are made to satisfy the requirements of the RFQ. If you could just touch on that.
I will call the first person, let's just say the main supplier is the person who will be buying the stock from. Let's just call him the main supplier.
Yes.
Myself and Mr. Maumela I'll give you an example of 1 million rands.
Yes.
From our own personal accounts. We'll take that money and put it to the main supplier's account. Main supplier, not Maumela or myself, main supplier.
Yes.
And depending myself or him, whoever will get the RFQ first. And then let's make an example that maybe the RFQ says 200,000 rands. The main supplier is not giving you money, it's giving you stock that is worth 200,000 rands. And then you go and buy your stock, and Commissioner Baloyi made an example that you get 300,000, and then the 200,000, because you took it from the main supplier, it goes back to the main supplier's account. And then the profit now is 100,000 rands. From that profit, 10% of that profit, it will be 10,000 rands, 10% of 100,000 rands.
Yes. So then, okay, I think I'm making headway. So once the supplier supplies the stock that you require to satisfy the RFQ, correct? And they'll supply 200,000 worth of stock. Or the supplier goes to purchase the stock. That's something you said there.
I said, let's call him the person who has the stock. Let's call him the main supplier.
Yes.
So just for interest of this conversation.
Indeed.
He will, I will give him let's say they need 500 bottles of still water.
Yes.
He will give me the 500 bottles of still water. That is worth 200,000
Okay.
rands.
And then you provide, and that's then 200,000.
Yes.
Okay, and that's then leaves whatever the balance is. When you have delivered and then the Department of Health pays you, by you I mean either you individually or you both, you indicated that the 200,000 goes back to the main supplier.
Yes, to purchase further in case we would get further RFQs, and then we know that we've got credit with him.
So if each had contributed $1 million at the start, 200,000 down, that leaving 1.8 million, when you pay back after your account has been settled by the Department of Health, you pay back the 200,000 to the main supplier. The main supplier has this, for lack of a better term, I called it a revolving credit then of 2 million.
Of course.
Okay. And the Department of Health pays one of you, whoever was successful in the RFQ, and you make those transactions to pay to the main supplier.
Of course. Yes.
Oh, okay. So then this, you say, started around 2018, 2019. Until when did it maintain?
Maybe 2023, I think 2022, 2023.
Okay. Now, how many suppliers are we talking about? A rough estimation?
How many suppliers?
Yeah, supply. You said there are many RFQs. You said there were too many to count. So on that basis, I assume that there are many suppliers, unless I'm wrong, in which
suppliers.
Event? Main suppliers, yes.
Suppliers is, I don't know, okay, I was using my companies. Suppliers, are you referring to companies when you say suppliers?
Yeah, I assumed when you brought in the notion of a main supplier, you meant the company that will provide you with the stock that is required.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. So I want to know this arrangement you had with what you call quote unquote main supplier. How many main suppliers over that period, 2018, 19 to 2023, were there?
Okay. Yeah, it's only one, but he had two companies.
Okay.
Yes.
What is this supplier? What's the name of this entity?
The one that I can remember is called Telox.
Please say that again.
Telox. Telox.
Is that a PTY or TELOX?
I don't know that.
Mr. Matlala, you can't give over 1 million to somebody you don't know. You've got to have something.
I don't know what is PTY. I don't know that, Commissioner.
Okay. Now, where is this based?
His company,
Yes, this Telox, where is it based?
his factory, I think, is in Midrand, and the other one is in, I think, Jetpack.
So they are both called Telox.
No, the other, I forgot the other. I'll find it. I'll find the other name and then I'll tell you. I'll just have to go through. I'll find the other.
So, now we're down to two. In that period, and accepting that you established more or less a revolving credit with either one of them as main suppliers, how much did you personally, how much did you both invest in either to maintain this revolving fund?
We started, I think, with 1 million rands.
It was R1 million.
I'm not sure. Yeah, from the top of my head, I think so.
Okay, perhaps if you give us a range, no more than,
Let's say 1 million rands.
is that guesswork or are you?
Yes, it's guesswork.
No, I want more than guesswork.
I don't know.
You deal with too many millions to know where you invested $1 million or more, right?
I'm not saying that.
Okay. So then, is this revolving fund with the main supplier based on a written agreement?
No, it's not.
Priscilla, did we get the second company? We have Telox.
He said he doesn't recall the name of the second
I
company.
said I'll find it. I don't
You'll
recall,
find
but I'll find it.
Okay.
And
Oh, Commissioner, I don't know, because last time I heard you saying you're going to Sapuna the bank statements. It will show there when I was paying the supplier with the reference.
we wouldn't know who of the many companies
Yes, but I'm
is
saying
the
if
second
you,
one.
I don't know even whether I'll be having copies of those bank statements. Then I can go through them and then it will show, because the reference the reference was medical supply, and then I will know that okay, this is the other company.
Okay. So now, how many you said there was no written agreement in
Yes.
respect of either one of them.
Yes.
So you spoke of a 10% profit. Again, let's use your hypothetical 200,000 worth of stock, which you then acquire, hand over to the Department of Health, let's say stethoscopes, and then you are paid, you will have your profit in there, correct? When you are paid by the Department of Health.
Of course.
Yes. So it is your company whose RFQ was successful. You pay back the value of the stock, which is 200,000, thus restoring the revolving fund back to its original number of 2 million, right? Leaving
Yes.
100,000 as profit.
Yes.
Now, you say you paid 10% of the profit. Who do you pay to?
To my business associate, to Mr. Maumela.
So you've got 100,000, you pay 10%, which would be 30,000. No, which would 30,000 based on what you've received, right?
No, 10% of the profit, Commissioner.
Or 10% of the profit.
Yes.
So it would be 10,000.
Yes.
So if it were his company that were successful, he would do the same for you.
Exactly.
And if you are operating independently, what is the benefit of this exercise that you work jointly?
If I'm operating independently,
Yes, because the RFQ is awarded to you individually or to Mr. Maumela. What is the benefit of having this fund out of which either one of you will gain 10% or where they've put in no sweat?
I don't think I understand your question. Can you please just try to rephrase it?
Okay. Why should Mr. Maumela get 10% of the profit that you made when he has contributed nothing?
He contributed money because there is a money that we put into the main supplier's account. And we agreed that whoever gets a RFQ first, we can take money from there, but you have to give me 10% of your profit. So that is your benefit.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, I interrupted. I thought you were done.
Sorry?
I thought you were done. I interrupted. My apologies. Please continue.
No, it's okay. I was just trying to explain that the benefit is the 10% of the profit.
Now, has it ever happened that you provide supplies to the exact amount of what both of you have invested? In this case, we made an example of 2 million. Have you ever exhausted that?
Yes, it happens. Okay, before I answer, let me just get, you're saying, your question is, has it ever happened that I spent more than $1 million? Is that your question?
Well, that the entire amount that both of you have invested
Yes.
is used on one single RFQ?
Yes, it happens.
Okay, how often has that happened?
But it happened a lot. But by then, the business was well established. We can use your own money.
Please say that again.
The business was I'll call it a business. I'll say it was well established. If it exceeds that, then you can use your own money. Because you have money that you're making from the profits.
It's no longer, you're not longer using the fund.
I'm saying if it exceeds that amount.
No, I don't want it to exceed. I want it to stay below what you have both invested. So have you ever exhausted the fund? You've given the supplier 2 million, and you need to supply stethoscopes worth 2 million.
Yes, this is what I'm asking. You're saying, meaning that the entire money that is with the main supplier, I have to use it to buy, to get stock. That's what you're saying.
Okay, yes.
Yes, and then my answer to you is, by then the business was well established. So you can.
So effectively then, let's take you to be the successful bidder, quote unquote. You use up the 2 million to supply stock based on that RFQ to the Department of Health. What Mr. Maumela at the end of the day makes is 10% of the profit you make, and he's lost his entire investment of 1 million. You don't get to repay that.
Go back to the question again. He lost the entire 1 million.
Yes, he invested 1 million.
Yes.
You used it up together with yours to satisfy an RFQ. And you said your arrangement is that you will then pay him 10% of the profit. So his initial investment of 1 million rand, you use up, but you don't get to pay back.
That never happened?
Just a moment, Mr. Matlala. The broadcasters have asked that you switch on both your mics.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. So if you bought stock for 2 million, you use that fund. You and Mr. Maumela have both invested 1 million. You make 250,000. So you give him 10% of the profit, which is, you make 2.5
million.
Yes. You used up the 2 million in the fund to buy the stock. You get paid 2.5 million by the Department of Health. Correct?
So, Commissioner, first of all, the RFQ does not exceed 500,000.
Uh-huh.
So it cannot be that you can spend the entire 1 million to get stock, and then because the RFQ obviously is less than 500,000.
Okay, so,
Can we just amend it this way? You get 4 RFQs of 500 each at a time. It's 2 million. But all of them are 500 each, so.
Okay.
Let's work with that on this question.
It's fine, yes.
then let's work with that. We are back to 2
Then
million.
you'll use your own money.
Why use your own money? You have a fund of for 2 million that's sitting
But-
with the main supplier.
But I'm saying if it exceeds what you have there,
No, it's not exceeding, it's smack bang 2 million.
okay?
Yeah.
Then what is the question?
You use up that 2 million for your 4 RFQs in the example given by
Yes.
Commissioner Baloyi.
Yes.
You provide whatever is required in terms of each RFQ. The total cost is 2 million. So you have expended that entire fund held by the main supplier. Correct?
Of course, yes.
The Department of Health and on time as required by the PFMA pays you as the contracting party what is due to you in terms of the contract, and the profit you are going to make out of all 4 is 500,000. So it pays you 2.5 million. Correct?
Yes.
So in that instance, do you return 2 million back to the fund?
Of course.
And then of the 500,000, you give Mr. Maumela 10%.
Of course.
Then that 2 million stays there again, and you get to use it. So that's why I said the benefit he derives from extending 1 million loan to you is 10% of the little profit you make. That's what he gets out of it.
So the profit will always depend on the 10% will always depend on the profit.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Matlala, there's something I don't think you have factored thus far. If you have, you'll correct me. The main supplier, as you call it, will have invoiced you for 2 million in this example. The 500 times, yes, times 4. And therefore, the 200, the main supplier has to be paid the 200 rand, 200 million rand.
2 million rands.
2 million, oh, gosh, yeah. And so that 2 million is gone, so to speak, because the main supplier must get money for the goods supplied. So to continue having 2 million in the account held by the main supplier, you would have to pay in another 2 million, or not?
I agree.
Yes. So that 2 million is gone. And that actually would take us to one of Ms. Silo's earlier questions, which would be, now this 2 million has been used up by you.
Yes.
In respect of your contracts. What does that mean? Does it mean Mr. Maumela would have lost the 2 million? Or I think you did ask such a question earlier.
The 1 million, yes.
Yeah.
But it's
we were talking, the 1 million, he's half of the 2 million.
But it's
Or
not-
how would you, between the two of you, work that out? Because thus far, I think the main supplier's invoice was not factored into the discussion or the debate.
Can I answer?
Yes, please.
It's not lost entirely because you're going to buy, you use that money to get stock. So as soon as the department pays you back, we're going to take the 2 million back. So it would be lost, yes, for maybe that period while you're waiting for that payment. As soon as you get the payment, then the money will be back to the main supplier's account. So I cannot say he lost his money. But for that period, while waiting for the payment, yes, I will say only for that period. That's when I will say the money is gone. But we know that you're going to get your money back.
Thank you, Chair. Okay, so now we know you had two main suppliers with Mr. Maumela. That much we've established, correct?
One main supplier who owns two companies.
Okay. So the payments that you and Mr. Maumela make, is it to the one main supplier who distributes to his companies, or do you also make payment directly to any one of the two companies?
Yeah, to any of the two companies, yes.
You make directly?
Yes.
Okay. So are we talking about three companies or two?
The main supplier owns two companies. The main supplier.
Is the main supplier a company or a human being?
He's a human being who owns two companies.
Okay. So then who's this main supplier? Perhaps if I have a name for him, I'll be able to distinguish him from the other companies. Who's this main supplier?
I'll give you the name of the company. The name I cannot give it to you. Earlier I mentioned that I might be under investigation. I can give you
Why
the name of the
can't you
company.
give the name?
Just in case, because I said chances are I might be investigated. We cannot rule out that I'm not investigated. During my tea break, I checked on it's there now. We can show it to you on the computer. They say I am investigated. The thing is I cannot prove it, but.
We have established one thing. Yesterday, you suggested you were under investigation. You undertook to provide documentation to prove you are under investigation. The document you provided does not demonstrate that you are under investigation. Thus far, the Commission has got nothing before it to even suggest that you are under any investigation regarding these issues, your relationship with Mr. Maumela. So we don't work on the basis that on the off chance that you might be investigated. You are either under investigation or you are not. Thus far, you haven't established that you are. Do you accept that?
No, I don't accept that, Commissioner.
How have you established that you are under investigation?
From the then NDPP, he said it himself. So, and then I saw it on the, I can ask my legal counsel now to show it to you on the computer, it's there.
To show me what? Why didn't you provide, you provided us one document.
I'm sorry, Commissioner, I just checked that now during tea break. When I was searching for any investigation that I can find.
Yes.
So before that, the only thing that I could find is that which I accept that I'm not, for that that SIU document, for that I accept that I'm not under investigation.
Okay.
I'm not disputing that. However, I said, because I cannot prove that, it does not mean that I'm not under investigation.
Okay, then you say you found something on the computer. We will check it during lunch, but for our purposes, can you describe the nature of this document you found that confirms that you're under investigation?
No, it's an article made by the NDPP.
Okay. When and what does it say precisely, and what crime are you being investigated for?
For the Department of Health, it's from, I think by then he was the head of SIU.
What are you being investigated for, Mr. Matlala? If the NDPP says you're under investigation, it
Yes.
should at least tell you what you are being investigated for.
For tender fraud.
Okay.
Mr. Matlala, perhaps to assist us, you should clarify this. Looking at the arrangement you have told us about, your arrangement with Mr. Maumela, depositing money with a supplier to then use funds out of that fund for the purposes that you have explained. Nothing immediately tells me from where I'm sitting that there is criminality about that. I'm not saying there isn't. But sitting where I am, nothing jumps out of your testimony to tell me that here's the criminality. So I find it very difficult to understand your standpoint that you are being investigated about this specifically, and for you to then refuse to answer the last question that Ms. Silo put to you. Do you want to comment on that?
Yes, please, Commissioner.
Yes, please.
Chairperson, I'm sorry. Chairperson, is because the investigation, I wouldn't know how wide would the investigation be, and I wouldn't even know that which or who are they going to interview or cross-examine. I don't know that, and I do not want to give up names of people who also might incriminate. I do not want to do that. The question that I was asked from the chair, from the commissioner, is my relationship with Mr. Maumela, which I was willing to comment on that. So, but anything that has to do with the investigation, I do not want to dwell on that.
You see, the difficulty then is your response has a good few I don't knows, I don't know. And you are not able to pinpoint criminality to which you might be subjected, and for you to then be in a position to assert the need for you to identify specific. So I do not understand the basis for it. You remember our debate yesterday about the need for you to identify specific criminality and to, on the basis of that, claim the privilege. So it's on that basis that if you say, I don't know, and you are not identifying a specific crime, I don't quite get how you are claiming or us asserting the privilege. You want to comment?
Chairperson, I want to ask that if there is an ongoing investigation, which I will say again, I won't say 100% that I am under investigation. It's what I heard, and it's what I heard also from the then NDPP himself. So my question is, if there is an ongoing investigation, doesn't that stand as, the thing is, I do not know how the rules apply of the commission applies, but I don't know whether if there's an ongoing investigation, does not that stand as why I do not want to answer a certain question?
You see, I'm engaging you on the basis of the facts that you have proffered. And on that basis, I have said there's no criminality that jumps out of the narrative you have given us. And on that basis, I do not understand how you can assert the privilege. That's the simple basis on which I'm engaging you on now. My understanding of what you are saying is that there just might be some criminality of which I have no idea. And on the basis of that, I'm asserting the privilege. Surely, that cannot be the basis of asserting the privilege. So unless you tell us something more concrete, you are not entitled to assert the privilege. Not on this, not on what you've said thus far. Do you accept that basically what you said, or the substance of what you are saying is, I know I'm being investigated, and there just might be, you're not saying for a fact there is, there just might be some criminality, and therefore I'm not prepared to answer these questions or this question. Do you accept my interpretation of what you said, or my understanding of what you said?
No, Chairperson, I beg to differ.
Yes.
I said, if their investigation, obviously there is criminality. I'm saying I cannot prove it to you, because what I know is only what the head of the SIU said, which is something that I